The Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is who's in, who's out, and everything you need to know about this game. So, the 7-4 Bills travel to Pittsburgh to take on the 6-5 Pittsburgh Steelers at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow at Acrisure Stadium. And the Bills have a ton of injuries, and the Steelers have some as well. But first, before I get more into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right into it. So, the Bills have a ton of injuries coming into this week's game. Both of their offensive tackles will be out. Their left tackle and their right tackle, plus many more. So, to start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers side of things though, on the injury report, you look at who is out, and their left tackle, Broderick Jones, is dealing with a neck injury. He missed the second half of last week's game, and he will miss this week's game as well against the Bills. Also, Steelers nose tackle, defensive tackle, Derek Harmon has a knee injury, and he's ruled out as well. And those are the only two players who have game statuses for the Pittsburgh Steelers side of the ball. But there's other players who are dealing with a little bit of injuries during practice, who were questionable leading up to the game, who now are a full go, like DK Metcalf with the ankle, Cameron Hayward with the ankle, Isaac Seumalo with the pec, Alex Highsmith with the pec injury, Joey Porter Jr. with a hip injury. Those players will be back. Alex Highsmith, he has missed the last 2 weeks with his injury, but he's a full go now. So, glad to have him back. But now, let's move over to the Bills side. Because I said they were missing both their tackles, but it's more than just that. They're missing linebacker Terrell Bernard with an elbow injury as he is ruled out. And like I said, offense lineman Spencer Brown with the shoulder is out. Offense lineman Dion Dawkins with a concussion is out. Offense lineman Tylen Grable with a concussion is questionable. Tight end Dalton Kincaid with a hamstring injury, who missed the previous few games. He also has a hamstring injury, but he is ruled questionable this week. Wide receiver Joshua Palmer with an ankle injury is ruled questionable. And wide receiver Curtin Samuel is out with the elbow and knee injury. So that's a ton of injuries for the Bills. But let's talk about how this will affect the actual game being played on the field for both sides of the injuries. And we're going to start off with the Steelers side of things once again. So Broderick Jones being out means the Pittsburgh Steelers will have to move to a backup offense lineman, whether that's Anderson or whether that's Andres Pete, will be seen in this week's game. And we're going to see who won the battle in camp and the battle in practice. And they were having it this week, so we'll see who wins. But it's going to move things around for the Pittsburgh Steelers in terms of how they are going to handle business. Because maybe now the extra offense linemen, when they come in the game, or the tight end and Darnell Washington will be on that side of the offense line, more so than on the other side of the offense line when they go in their big package. Also, Derek Harmon being out, that hurts a lot because he's probably the best defense lineman, interior guy there in terms of run blocking that we have on the team. So him being out the first few weeks of the season, it was dreadful. And now him being out this week against James Cook and Josh Allen, who will run straight up the middle on you, hurts. So that affects it big time. And for the Bills, their offense tackles missing, especially when Alex Highsmith is coming back and TJ Watt is on the other side and Nick Herbig is also coming off the edge. That hurts so much because they just gave up a career high in sacks that Josh Allen took last week with 7+. But now this week against another Steelers team who is good at creating pressure, blitzes a lot, and have good edge rushers, it's going to really hurt them because now they're playing against even worse talent. And now it's going to be backup guys that they're facing. So Josh Allen may be in for another kind of bad game in terms of taking sacks. But we're going to have to wait and see. Also, Kincaid, that's a big target down if he is not able to go. Samuel is another target down. The other wide receiver that they have may be questionable as well, so their targets aren't looking good as well. Maybe Keon Coleman gets activated now instead of being inactive as he was the previous weeks. So that's how it affects the Bills. Their main guys are down against a talented Steelers pass rush, and then Also, the targets. But Josh Allen is Josh Allen. He'll make it work. But that's how the game is being affected through the injuries. Now, what do both teams have to do to actually win this game? Well, once again, let's start off with the Steelers side of things, because it's the Steelers in terms of not getting in their own way. In terms of the busted coverages, the guys being completely wide open for 20, 30, 15 yards, whatever it is, down the field. Miscommunication continues to happen on the Steelers defense. That's the highest paid defense in the NFL. And sometimes it wonders, like, is it the coaching staff? Is it the players? What is happening with all this talent on the defense side of the ball to where all this miscommunication happens? So if they don't get in their own way, they're going to be in a better spot. But still, they have to play run defense. That's where it starts with James Cook, with Josh Allen running the ball. It's not just run defense in terms of running the ball, but also just QB spies. It seems like all these running quarterbacks usually end up doing good against the Steelers, so they need to be aware of Josh Allen running the football. But also in terms of just defense in general, that's where it's at for the Steelers. Their defense needs to step up against Josh Allen, because even though he has no targets and no playmakers, he still makes it happen. And it seems like whenever we face Josh Allen, there's busted coverages all the time. So just play solid defense, and on the offense side of the ball, play solid offense. Push the ball down the field a little bit. Stop doing this underneath stuff that's every team knows what you're going to do. And maybe take some chances down the field. And that's not just throwing deep balls, go balls. No, it's using the intermediate, the middle of the field, the deep part of the field, and doing actual routes and schemes up and down there. So it's just in terms of offense, doing stuff that is unpredictable. And for the defense, just playing solid defense. That's how the Steelers win this game. And the Bills just need to do what they do. Just literally dominate. They need on their defense side of the ball, step up and just play solid defense. Offense, run the ball, pass the ball. Really, the Bills should win this game if we're looking at talent versus talent in terms of seasons past, this season, in terms of scheme, just everything. The Steelers just don't look good right now, but the Bills don't either. But the Bills just look better. They lose games, but in reality, their games are so close, or it's games that they should end up winning, that you believe that the Bills are a better team. Do I think the Pittsburgh Steelers have a chance to win this game? Yes. They're always in every game, usually. So this is another game. It should be a close one, but the Bills just have had their number for the last few years. So my prediction is the Pittsburgh Steelers pull this out. The Steelers win this game, and when they win this game, they jump the Ravens in the AFC North, and they also jump the Buffalo Bills in the standings. They also jump Kansas City in the standings. And this game means so much to the Pittsburgh Steelers in terms of standings. Not even the AFC North. Because yes, this would put them in the lead in the AFC North. But even if the Ravens end up winning the AFC North, this gives them a game advantage on the Buffalo Bills, who are right now in the wild card hunt. And it also puts them ahead of the Chiefs and everyone else who's in the hunt as well, because the Chiefs just lost. So this game will mean so much to the Steelers, but also means so much to the Bills in terms of the standings as well. So this game has a lot on the line, and it's week 13. So the season's coming to end here shortly. Every game matters, and I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers can really pull this one out if they just play solid and stop having these lapses on both offense and defense. So Steelers win, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Who do you believe wins this game? Do you think the Steelers win, or do you believe that the Buffalo Bills win? And what are your keys to the game? And how do you think these injuries will affect the game being played on the field? If it will at all. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below about all of it. And also, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports. Everything surrounding this team all season long, I have you covered with game updates and previews just like this. But also after this game, the next day, I'll have highlights and analysis about it and why the Steelers struggled or played really well. So stay tuned for that. But until that next video, I'll see you guys all later. That's it for me. I'm out. Peace.